Greetings, my name is Stan Hustad. Thank you for your time. I was one of the first persons that was called a coach. That's right, one of the first as far as I know. I'm a person of almost a half century of teaching, broadcasting, and performance coaching experience. Done a lot of speaking and writing. I've done a lot of things in my life. Many careers, many avenues of service, more than a few shipwrecks, and certainly that experience has helped me both go and grow, and perhaps in some ways learn how to deal with the deep pain that many people feel. Well, that's a little bit of the introduction to my story, but let's go on. After a major career shipwreck, I was starting over and took some of the things I learned, and I was doing seminars. And that was just kind of struggling along, going along. Okay, it takes a while to get things started. And then what I discovered is somebody trusted me, and I gave a small seminar on being one of the 3% of the population. Do you know what that means? To be one of the 3% of the population. And what I discovered is that it went very well. In fact, it went so well that after I gave that presentation, the president of the company, a woman who was just really getting going in a new avenue of life and business, asked me to come into her office. And she said, that was really, really great. I really learned a lot. And what I wanted to do is, I don't want to go to seminars. I'm too busy. However, I will pay you if you will come, and you'll just visit with me in my office from time to time and talk about some of the things you talked about in terms of goal setting and purpose and direction and energy. I'd like to talk to you about it. And so that's what we did. And I think it was on the third session that she finally turned to me and said, "You know what? I know what you are. I just read about people like you. You're one of those things they now call a business and life coach. You're a coach." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, that's what you are. You got to be that." Well, that's how I became one of the first people. I'd never heard the term before, and I began to use it, and you all know the history of it. Many of you then found that that was a way to express yourself and to give the gifts of your own experience and learning to others in a way that would help them go and grow. Now, unfortunately, though, even though it's a very wonderful thing, I usually find that when I talk to coaches, I oftentimes can ask them 4 questions. And when I ask them 4 questions, usually I get yeses to 3 of them. Okay? Well, here are the 4 questions. Hey, do you really love and like coaching? Yes, absolutely I do. Hey, are you really good at it? Do you work hard at it? Are you really a good coach? I am good. I work hard. I'm really good. Yes. Are the people you work with, are they genuinely helped and better off because of you? Oh, yes, let me tell you. And then the 4th question is, are you making any money? There's a little hesitancy. Well, you know. A lot of people just aren't making enough money yet. They love it, they do it, but they're finding other ways to kind of have to do this to pay the bills so that they can do the things they love more as a sideline or as a venture. And someday in that great someday, they'll be able to do what they love, and they will do it freely and fiercely and fruitfully and profitably. Perhaps you're in one of those categories. Here's what I'd like to do. I'm much more in the teaching and broadcasting business at the moment now. Most of my work is online, teaching people how, in effect, to do what it takes. And you, in effect, are the people who will make the difference. I remember one time I actually got thrown out of a assignment. I had just written one of my first books, and it was called You Make the Difference. You make the difference. It's not your product. It's not your process. It's not your tools. It's not your techniques. It's you. It just so happened that book was very much focused on the financial services where I was making most of my living. And I remember the guy turned to me, the general manager of the organization, and he pushed the book away and said, "I think what you're saying is true, but there's no way and you know where that you're going to tell my people that, because I want them to believe that it's the company and the products. That's the thing I want them to sell. I don't want them to sell themselves. I want them to sell the company and the products we have." Foolish man. You will not sell any products, and you will not sell any services, and you will not sell any goods until people buy you. Whatever it is you're selling, it's a commodity. Whatever you're offering, other people are offering it too. Truly, the difference is you. And that's why I somewhat trademarked the term, what I called personal performance marketing. And this is a way to take your services, your coaching, your connecting, whatever it might be, and use that as a way, however, of marketing yourself, marketing you, selling you. Now, what I'd like to do in our ongoing conversations in a class, in a course, is I'd like to teach you some of the things that I learned about how to take your coaching practice and your coaching performance to a higher level by learning some of the skills that are necessary and vital and helpful to building a platform, a performance platform where you can better market yourself to build that wonderful coaching business and coaching experience that you offer to your clients. So I hope you will join me as we learn the art, the drama, the show business of personal performance marketing in order for you to build a world-class coaching business. I hope you'll join me.